Well, hello there, and happy Friday to my Aquarius. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Aquarius. All right. Let's get some of this awakening oil going here. Aquarius. Sending everybody lots of love and light on this Friday, wherever you are on planet Earth. Wherever you are, sending you lots of love and light, Aquarius. We're gonna dive into your reading. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website at queenamunra.com to get a personal donation reading, and you'll read all about it there. Your reading is around and awakening a higher vision, just awakening a higher vision for yourselves. You were born a star. You were born a star. And we're not necessarily talking about fame, okay? That's a different kind of entity, right? But you were born a star, meaning you rule 11th house. That's what I mean when I say star. So I don't know what everybody else's definition of a star is, but obviously you can look out in the sky and see there's stars, and they all serve a unique purpose, right? Look outside at night. Every star serves a unique purpose, right? So you had to step back to your 10th house to see, because 10th house is ruled by Capricorn, and you and Capricorn are ruled by Saturn, right? So you had to step back, and by the way, Saturn is not only is Saturn currently retrograde, so let me run that down. Saturn, Uranus, Mercury, Neptune, and Chiron are currently retrograde. You may want to write those down because that's going to be really key, and it's going to be important here because you're getting downloads. Through your dreams, and I know that because of this moon card here, and you really want to pay attention. So something about your energy is rare, and people are really trying to attract your energy. So I'm trying to teach you all as much as possible on my channel, and you're going to have to also do your part as well, right? If all you want to hear about is, am I getting back with my ex, and is my manager jealous of me, and that's a particular frequency. Raise your frequency. You were born a star. Meaning that when you came into this world, you were already in your purpose. And so you could still be asking questions. What was the purpose of me working this job? What was the purpose of my family treating me this way? What was the purpose of that friendship ending the way that it did? What was the purpose of my tire going flat on that particular day? What was the purpose of the detour? You could be asking a lot of questions. What was the purpose? And those are great questions, but make sure you're also looking out for the signs around you through your dreams, night dreams, daydreams, when you're getting your downloads, through astral projections. Remember, you're an air sign, so that deals with the auric layer, the astral layer. So through astral projections, the astral layer, right? Make sure you're journaling. Journaling is going to be key. So today is Friday. It connects with the color green, like this, like the color green. Also connects us with copper. Also connects us with Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics. That's the light side of green. But it also connects us with Taurus. Taurus' symbol is a bull. It also connects us with Libra. It also connects us with the Justice card, right? Connects us with open enemies and identifying those. So don't be surprised if people from your past who you once had a relationship with, and people who are connected to them are trying to reach out to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? People who are vain, because the dark side of Venus is that it's vain, vengeful, green with envy, right? So there are some people, till they die, they want to get at you, okay? Pay attention to that. They can be from the same city, state, province, whatever, as someone from your past that could have bullied you. They could be with an organization, and they could still, that thin line between love and hate could still be there. You need to pay attention. All of this, is me and my ex getting back together again? If they at some point showed you some kind of hate, that should be a resounding no. Don't ever get to a point where you're so desperate that you would go back to an ex that tried to do something to harm you or your kids or family members or whatever. You are a star. Don't be a fallen one, okay? And I'm talking to men and women. All right? You are a star. Don't forget it. So I'm going to give you some powerful affirmations that you can write down. Some gemstone information that you can write down. So let's start out with your energy here. Here's your card. You are stepping into divine alignment, hope, and spiritual expansion. The message for you is that your essence is awakening. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. Who you were always meant to be. So think about this. On Thursday evenings, people are gearing up. They may not even understand why, to reach back out to you on Fridays, because Fridays connect us with love. You can be thinking about loved ones, and there's many different forms of love. There can be platonic love. You could be thinking about loved ones that your kids. You could be thinking about your parents. You could be thinking about loved ones. You can have dreams on Thursday evenings, right? But also the ones who are vain, vengeful, and green with envy, who said that they loved you, who stabbed you in the back, who you've been in court with on the opposite sides of the table, who swore they would protect you and did nothing but hurt you. Those energies are still trying to get back into your space. That is going to be a resounding no. If y'all are still confused, keep being confused until you fall on your own sword. Keep being confused. Okay, that's the reason. Everybody connected to them. And people are telling on themselves. They're telling you they're from the same city, town, state, all of that. Here you are. Here you are. So what inspires you is Page of Swords, curiosity, ideas, downloads, messages. A message, your affirmation is follow, message for you here is follow the thought that excites you. It's guidance, right? You are an open book, meaning that you're really no respecter of person. Now that your star is starting to shine brighter, this is where you get laser focused, Aquarius. Laser, laser, laser focused. Those energies from your past who counted you out, those those people who paired up. And when I say couples, I'm not always talking about romantic couples. I'm talking about brothers and sisters. I'm talking about guy friends, girlfriends, people who paired up together to come up against you. You need to get so locked in laser focus right now that those energies, for them, it was a thin line between love and hate. And when all it took was their love language to hate you. You don't know what you said. You don't know what you did for them to hate you. Keep that same energy. Let them keep that same energy. Your star is still shining bright. You shine bright in dark spaces. Okay? All gas, no brakes. For real. They are overwhelmed by your gifts. Let them be overwhelmed. They don't have nothing to do with you. Nothing. They try to play you for a fool, right? You're not a cold-hearted person. Matter of fact, you slowed down this time. This is the benefit of you slowing down when your ruling planet Uranus is retrograde. Uranus, like I said before, like I mentioned to you all before, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Uranus is a collective planet, right? It's the force of enlightenment and sudden change, right? People look at it as being rebellious, but you're also innovative. You put enough good energy out into the universe, Bank Aquarius, that it is now coming back to you. A lot of people are giving you your flowers. So those same energies that you would have walked on, you would have walked on burnt coals for these energies. You would have given your last dollar, your last dime. You would have let these people sleep on your couch. You would have let them wherever they needed. They wouldn't have sprinkled water on you if you were on fire. So it's saying you better wake up. You better wake up, okay? Yeah. So these energies still wanting to link up with you. Whenever you see this right here, 1 and 7 is 8. They see money all over you, Aquarius. So you better wake up. You better wake up. Right here. This is your message. You better wake up. These are energies you were completely and fully transparent about everything from top to bottom about you. Everything. You were fully transparent. They just could not believe that somebody was that transparent. That's what you're the person that they prayed for. You were the person that they prayed for. Somebody who's going to be completely transparent about your past, about your where you grew up, about, you know, how you may have raised your kids. You were complete. They couldn't even believe it that you were being completely honest. So when it came down to hearing some, whether it's a truth or lie, guess what? They were torn. Let them still be torn. Y'all need to get into letting whoever believe whatever. Let them still be torn. You were torn back then. Stay torn. Let somebody else come along. That has nothing to do with you. Let somebody else come along. You were who they prayed for. They prayed for somebody to come along in their path that was going, who know their star, who's not, just kind of out and about trying to showboat and grandstand and do all of that. You weren't that person. Right? No respecter person. Treat everybody the same way. And so now they're overwhelmed. You put it into the definition of star. You put it into that. You put it into it. People don't know what to make of you when you walk in the room. They don't really know what to make of you. They don't know if you're going to be, turning your nose up at people, if you're going to smile and wave at people, if you're going to be humble or you're going to be arrogant. They don't know what to make. But that's not your problem. That is not your problem. You're in human form. You're in human form. So you want to make sure you know what your moon sign is and pour into yourselves like never before. I'm telling y'all, Fridays are love days. That is Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, aesthetics. I don't have to talk about humility on my channel because y'all have been, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all have been going through a humiliation ritual since you've been in a womb. You've been going through humiliation ritual your whole freaking lives. And so people coming into your lives, all it takes for them is their love language is to hear somebody opening up about you and sharing their version of whatever, whether it's a truth or a lie, for them to be torn. Let them stay torn. That had nothing to do with you. Let them stay torn. There it is, right there. Let them believe what they want to believe. Block them. Here we have emotional guidance here. Hidden emotions are surfacing for healing. The message for you is don't fear the unknown. Intuition will light your way. I'm telling you, intuition will light your way. Let people believe whatever they want to believe at this point because you are tired of explaining. You have a big heart. For my channel, I really try to bring out the highlights for every zodiac sign. And this is and showing compassion towards every single human being on planet Earth, because I know that people have been hurt by zodiac signs, and just the mere mention of certain zodiac signs, people are like, oh no, I don't get along with that sign because that's just how they are, certain zodiac signs. And people have been hurt by Aquarius, and because people feel like that's just how Aquarius are. So I try to be a little detailed in explaining how this planet here, Uranus, which is a generational planet, and the fact that you march to the beat of your own drum. I can explain until the cows come home. I know that's a term, right? I can explain all day long, but you're going to have to also do your part, Aquarius, and boots need to be on the ground when retrograde, right? And showing people, hey, you are genuinely a compassionate person, right? You can't go back and fix the past, but you're genuinely a compassionate person. Now people are starting to believe this person has always been a star, but they are genuinely a compassionate person. They genuinely do care about people. So when your person actually comes along who actually really does show that they love you, they're already, these people right here that was split in half, They've already put out information about you. They've already said, oh, well, they did this to me. They cold-hearted. When really you were all thinking about something had nothing to do with them. That was part of your healing process, Aquarius. So here we have the King of Wands. This is the mental focus. King of Wands here. So vision, leadership, bold new directions here. Here's a message for you. Claim authority over your destiny. Okay? Claim authority over your destiny, right? You are an open book. You are inspiring. You inspire other people to lead. Source right here would be the Lion of Judah that has your back, right? These people were waiting to pounce on something, and guess what they found? Compassion. and overwhelming compassion. They couldn't wait to pounce on something. Oh, Aquarius is cold-hearted. They're mean. They trying to judge between the January Aquarius and the February Aquarius. You can't trust the January Aquarius. They just, and the February Aquarius, they'll do that. I mean, just ridiculousness. Too busy sitting around trying to pick you apart and ready to pounce on something. You know what? Instead of studying themselves. So sources say, let them think whatever. Now they sitting back somewhere looking like a fool. So here we have, so you leave all the foolishness behind of overthinking. You don't need to prove anything else. You don't need to prove another thing. Let them believe whatever they want to believe. If they want to be stuck down the middle, let them sit there and overanalyze that. So here we have new beginnings for you. This is the strength to embrace. New beginnings, 0 point potential, right? So a message for you here is leap into the next timeline, even if not all details are clear for you, but leave the distractions behind. This right here, you are significant to you. You are significant to a great deal of people that believe in your star. They said, wait a minute. This person is a star no matter where they go because they genuinely care about people. They're transparent, right? They are in human form. Like they could be pulled in 10 different directions. So whatever your 10th house is, right? You're putting an end to things because you are speaking about it. You're an open book. You have a very youthful spirit. This is right here, page energy, right? This is youthful energy. And this is the message that you're giving people. So that lets me know that you're open. Your energy is directed outward, right? So however it's directed, whether you're speaking about it, whether you're taking some kind of action, whether you're surrounded by people who are speaking on your behalf, whatever it is, there are people who love you. Whoever you are, Aquarius, let people give you your flowers. There are going to be some people that's going to speak out on your behalf. Let them speak out on your behalf because you put the work in, right? There's some people who genuinely do have your back. They really, really do, right? You're not a fool. You are not a fool. You know who is connected to whom. And see, what's happening right now is that somebody secretly has a crush on you and they so overwhelmed, but they are still connected to somebody from your past. If you don't hear anything else in this reading, Aquarius, I'm going to slow this down. Block them. Block them. Don't mess up your nails, but block them. If they are confused, you don't need to be confused by somebody else who is confused. Block them. That's just how they operate. They do stuff in secret. They belong to secret societies. They do everything in secret because for them, y'all don't have the same love language. For them, it's a transaction. They belong to it. And the reason I know they belong to a secret society is because of this number 5 right here. You see something from a higher frequency. They have a temper. They secretly also have a temper. Once you've been around a person who shows you their temper, and I'm talking about like, it's different when, and I'm talking about like, it just doesn't take much, right? Because see, these energies right here, they may have recorded something where it's only showing a part of something, right? But they see, okay, publicly. Like if they've done something where they're saying, oh, see, we all saw it. We were all seeing it. They were all a part of it. They were all a part of the same circle to keep chipping away and chipping away and chipping away until they brought out a different side, right? They wanted to see the human side. They wanted to see you fall. They want to see you overwhelmed publicly, right? So people didn't know what to believe about you, right? They were all a part of it, but they won't show the beginning of where they chipped away and chipped away and chipped away and chipped away, right? They won't do that, right? Nor will they show who was supposed to have your back. They won't show who was supposed to have your back. That's why it's so overwhelming to people. They like, wait a minute. First of all, how the heck, who was Aquarius with, right? Was Aquarius around family? And I know this because of fire. Fire connects us with spirituality and action. Okay. Who were they around? Were they by themselves? Were they around family or friends? So let me give you an example of something. Let's say some family or friends invite you to a like a public event or something like that. And somebody has some kind of footage of you like seemingly like you just lost it, right? And that's all they have is just like that snapshot video footage of you losing it, right? Somebody with some God-given common sense is going to ask the question, hold on. Were they by themselves? Like, who were they with? Where is that person? Where's their friends? Where's their family? How did they end up there? Who do they know there? Somebody's going to ask the who, what, when, where, and why. That is why you have some people that half believe stuff and half don't believe something, right? Yeah. Now these people are sitting somewhere overwhelmed because they like the same thing is happening to them. Secrets are being exposed. They ran around telling everybody that you were a bully, but guess what? You see these black ravens right here? Y'all been seeing ravens, right? You have also access to see between worlds. Like to see between, some of y'all know how to astral project. You're able to see between dimensions through your dreams. You're able to see certain things through your dreams. You're able to see, you know, like you remember the movie A Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge, where he was taking him like through like different phases of his life, right? Y'all remember that movie? He was taking him through different phases of his life, right? And so you're able to see like different phases. And so it's like one side of your family right here and the other side of your family has been just trying to do a destiny swap, right? So in the physical realm, it's almost like one side of your family could say the other side of the family looks better. Now, this is just as an example. It may not be true, but it could be, this is like, for example, right? If it's in the physical realm. So, for example, if it's like the etheric body, root chakra, right? So 1 to 3 inches off the physical body, root chakra in the physical. So if somebody says one side of the family physically looks better than the other side, so that family, that side of the family who physically looks better, they have it easier out here in this world. They get the jobs, they get the men, they get the women, they get the opportunities. Things come to them a lot easier, right? The skin color, the finer features, the hair, the stupid stuff, the superficial stuff, right? That whoever made up these rules of whoever looks better, beauty, the definition of beauty, ridiculous, right? The ridiculous stuff that you as an Aquarius don't even really care about. But some people care about that kind of stuff, right? And have made multi-billions from it, right? But your family, instead of them empowering somebody's family, empowering everybody in the family, they're too busy doing dark spell work, right? See how this person right here is this right here? This would be the type of energy that would put an image on a ceiling in a bedroom of a child and say, okay, we are part of this group right here. So when you wake up, that's the first thing you see, right? That's the first thing you see. We're part of this secret society. First thing. But it's the same family member that will tell you they have your back. But that's if you're going up on stage. Let's say you're a singer, right? If you're going up on stage to sing, because really it's they want to be on stage to sing. Anything that's going to get them some kind of notoriety or anything that's going to put their star where it be right where you are, right? It's just never enough for certain family members. Right? But it started off generationally. This is why this card right here, this is the generational planet. It started out generationally with their parent, right? Being impulsive. Started out with their parent being impulsive, right? This is Uranus, right? Right? The force of enlightenment, sudden change, even in the word light, right? So Source is just trying to tell you, you're successful with your gifts. These are the type of energy I'm telling you, how people would put things on their kids' bedroom ceilings just to say, every time you wake up, I need you to remember that this is the part of the organization that you're with. This is the part of the organization that you're with. That's part of spell work. You know how like parents will put posters around their kids' bedroom, confidence, this, to remind them that you're confident, that you're smart, that you're beautiful, that you're handsome, that you're worthy, which parents should do. They should do those things. But in this right here, this parent here, this is in your family. It puts something on on a family member's ceiling as competition, like to your kids. If this is a family member, to your kids, to say we're a part of this group, we're strong with this group, secretly doing stuff. But it's really they compete with everybody. This is a family member, they compete with everybody. They'll say they have your back, but they secretly do stuff behind your back. But if you really pay attention, Aquarius, if you really pay attention, because source is now having you to go back through your mental Rolodex. Having you to go back through your mental Rolodex. It's a whole organization of bullies. Whole organization of bullies. Whole organization of bullies that you do not want to be a part of. So, yeah, you're not a fool. You are not a fool at all. So somebody in your family who's been telling you your whole life they got your back, but it's only when it suits and benefits them, only when it puts them in the light, right? It's an open enemy. It's what it's called, an open enemy. That's 7th house. Only when it puts you in the they want to link up with you when it comes to putting them in the light. Right? You shine in dark spaces. So don't forget it. If you got that family member that only seems to pop up like a jack in the box when things are going well for you. Oh my God. I had no idea. Oh, we need to link up. Click. Blocked everything else. No, we don't. Call them straight out. You're an adult now. You're not a kid anymore. You know exactly what their parents did. You know exactly what they did. No, you are not. We ain't linking up. No. Nope. You chose to believe something, keep believing it. You was torn in half, you was split, you ain't know what to think. Now something has come to light, keep believing it. Keep believing it. You ain't mad, you just aware, you just woke up. Why would you be mad? You was born a star. Their parents pitch out against each other a long time ago. It's still all love, but you're just aware. You're just aware. You still want them to shine, but just, hey, I heard somebody recently, a celebrity mention, you just got to love some people from afar. They've been contaminated for too long. They did something to someone's child who was an open book, thinking that this person was going to be all love and be mature enough and be, like make some kind of connection and help them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. See, somebody has a family member who never thought that your star was going to shine again. And so they did something to your child, and now all of a sudden they want to swing back around. They want to spin the block and swing back to you. But what they're going to get is a rude awakening. You don't need them to have your back. But this time you're going to tell them straight up to their face. You already know. And they know you. Trust. They know you. They know you not to back down tight. They know you. They've been knowing you since you were little. They know you not to back down tight. So the fact that they did something to your child, that ends it. That ends it right there. They crossed the line. That ends it right there. They had an opportunity to be mature, but that ends it right there. That ends it. You don't want to have nothing to do with them. Because it's whoever this family member is, as long as they was doing something to you, you almost like dismiss it like it was a fly. You know, like you get a fly swatter, you just like, whatever, that's just how they are. You dismissed a whole lot of stuff. But the moment they did something to your child who was an open book, and some of you all have kids, like multiple kids, whoever it was, somebody has 5 kids. But there's one in particular, the moment they did something to your child, and this is what makes it so relatable, and this is why somebody else has your back, because they can relate to this kind of stuff in families, right? This is why it's so overwhelming, is they have the same type, somebody else who is a star, like somebody who is a celebrity has your back. Somebody who has a bigger platform has your back, because they're like, I got this identical kind of mess in my own freaking family. I cannot believe I'm sitting here watching the same. It's like literally watching my own family with a different skin pulled over the bodies. It can be the same skin color, but it's like the different skin is pulled over different bodies. And I'm sitting here watching these people that look like they sound just like my own family. That's why you have so much support now, Aquarius, because you got somebody with more money, a bigger name that's supporting you, because they cannot believe your own family would bully your own child or children when they had an opportunity to break a generational cycle chain and curse. And now you got a family member that's want to come back. Oh, I was just playing. I was just joking. But that's how they've always been. Everything is a joke. Everything was playing. But guess what? You're not playing. You are not playing. They were trying to bring a temper out of you, right? No, you're not a violent person. But guess what? You know how to use your sword now. You'll cut them off. You'll cut them clean off like you never knew them. You acted like my child or my children wasn't your family. Guess what? It's a done deal. It's a done deal. They got blood on their hands. For them, everything is a transaction, but it started with their family, with their parents. They act just like they ain't even... They don't like dark or light complexion, whatever it is. And I'm talking about white people and black people, whatever you identify as. They don't like a certain look or whatever in the family. They think one complexion is better than another. And again, I'm talking about all races. So we're crystal clear. They think one side is better than the other for whatever reason. When they got to look at their own parents' face, source is saying, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. They just a bunch of fools. They are. They're a bunch of fools. They don't have nothing to say to you. Nothing. So what to receive? Ace of Cups, new emotional beginnings, spiritual cleansing, heart awakening. And so the message for you here is let love arrive in yourself and others and in the universe. Because again, you're no respecter person, never have been, never will be. You would never have treated their kids the same way that they treated yours. Never. Everybody has an inner child. You would have never treated their kids the same. This is in your family, so we're crystal clear. You would have never treated their kids the way that they treated yours. Never. This is the type of family members, when your birthday comes around, they forgot. They ain't forget. Because they treated your parents the same way. These are the type of family members, whenever it has something to do with you, anytime it puts you in the spotlight, they secretly somewhere else can't be found nowhere. Nowhere. Did the same thing to your parents. Because it was never a secret how they really felt. It's just now, it's just being exposed. But it ends with you. It ends with you. You don't care if it's the holidays or not. So here we have the Magician card, manifestation power. This is a hidden blessing here. This is your gift, your intuition, manifestation power, spiritual tools, skill rising. Message for you is you have everything you need to succeed. Now act, right? Yeah, success. Success. The sun. Joy, clarity, breakthrough, expansion. A message for you is the light returns. Everything becomes easier and brighter. I'm telling you. Y'all need to learn how to put these people on blast for real. No, we're not kikiing no more. We ain't friends. We ain't cool. We're not family. None of that. None of it. Keep that same energy. They saw you as competition. That's their first loss right there, to see you as competition. That's the loss right there. If they think whatever their complexion is makes them better, keep on letting them think that. That's the first ignorance right there. And we're talking about in your family. We're talking about in your family, okay? Start packing. Your new dream home is loading. You wish this family member would approach you with a smile on their face, talking about they was just playing. They haven't heard being read for filth. Yeah, love. That's the spirit you operate in. You operate in the spirit of love. Divine source is the idea that no person, place, or thing is your salvation. Only love itself. They don't operate in the spirit of love. That's self-hate. They hate everything about their parents. They hate everything about their grandparents. But when they stepped over into your side and started hating on you and your kids and your family, then that was when it was on and popping. And so we're crystal clear. We're talking about within your own family. We're not talking about somebody else's family. We're talking about your own family. Their parents created that divide. That's what they wanted. Now all of a sudden people want to chit chat and talk and say they was playing and try to mend things. You've already moved on. Spiritually, you've already moved on. They ain't know what to believe. So let them keep that same energy. Have faith in your dreams. These are people who don't talk about we were secretly praying. We was praying. Okay, right. Right. Secretly. Y'all doing a whole bunch of stuff in secret. So here we go. So here are the candles for you. So white candle, electric blue, and also purple. So a white candle is for purity, higher consciousness, right? So electric blue is for insight, intuition, and cosmic connection. A purple candle is for psychic activation and also spiritual wisdom, okay? And so gemstones for you is amethyst. That's for intuition and calm. You can sleep with an amethyst under your pillow. Labradorite is for psychic activation. Fluorite is for mental clarity. And celestite is for angelic connection. Herbs, you can use these for teas, smoke cleansing, oils, or altar offerings. Mugwort is for dreams and intuition. Lavender, calming the nervous system. Lemongrass is refreshing energy plus clearing mental fog. And then also blue lotus is for spiritual opening, if accessible, if you have it. All right, so here's 5 affirmations if you all want to write these down. I trust my intuition and walk my path with confidence. The second one is new opportunities flow to me with clarity and ease. The third one is I am aligned with my highest timeline. The fourth one is I release overthinking and embrace divine guidance. And then the fifth one is my inner light grows stronger every day. Yeah, my inner light grows stronger every day. Yeah. Some of y'all families got y'all all messed up. Yeah, you can operate in the spirit of love. And I feel like some of them see you as almost like because you were born a star, because you're not a person who like showboating and need to be seen and out there all the time, that or pushing people off the stage or doing that kind of stuff, being ruthless towards people, bullying people, or somebody sing a note, you got to sing better than they are, or somebody plays an instrument and we got to be in a competition. Like we got to do all this other stuff. Just craziness, pure craziness. Ooh, child. Here we have third eye chakra, so dream date, right? Okay, so here we have to whom it may concern. So tonight, try connecting with your astral guides and teachers in the dream plane. Before you lie down to sleep, declare your intentions to meet them. So to whom it may concern, I, whatever your name is, desire to have an open connection with you. I'd love to meet you almost in person in my dreams or whenever, wherever is convenient. I will be there with my arms and my third eye wide open. Okay. So placing amethyst or clear quartz or lapis lazuli under your pillow would amplify the connection. Guides love communicating. If it doesn't work the first time, try again. You can take a screenshot of this if you all want to. But yeah, Source is cleaning house for you all. Source is cleaning house. I feel like because you were operating in a spirit of humility and operating in a spirit of love, and they were operating in a spirit of hate and fear, because that's what's being exposed here, is that this right here is always going to shine regardless. You shined among stars. Somebody felt like they needed to be the brightest light everywhere they go, suppressing their hurt, suppressing the fact that they were bullied, as a kid. For whatever reason they were bullied, they were suppressing that. Instead of just saying, making the connection. I was bullied too as a kid. I can relate to that. Why don't we all get together? Whatever they were bullied for. Instead of helping somebody because they're family and seeing that somebody is overwhelmed, guess what your family chose to do? Absolutely freaking nothing. They don't have nothing to say to you. Nothing. Talking about we was just joking and playing. Okay. You're not. And you're not vain and vengeful and green with envy, even to this day. So you just cut from a different cloth. Even if you knew that their kids were being bullied today, you would still get them some help. You would still get law enforcement involved if you knew their kids were being bullied today. You just cut from a different cloth. Y'all just not the same. Here's confidence. They arrogant. You're built. You just built different. You just built different. They've been doing this stuff. They holding on. They're holding on to something that they cannot let go. Something that happened long before you was even born. Y'all need to pay attention to this. How your aunts and uncles treat you and your kids. How they treat your parents and whoever. I don't know who I'm talking to. How your family treats your parents. How they treat your kids. How they treat you. Pay attention to that. Make sure you're protecting your kids as much as possible. Tell your kids, hey, don't go around them. They don't like your parents. They don't treat you right. You can't force your kids not to, but you've gone through a powerful transformation. Forget that. Yeah, you forgave them a long time ago, but access is completely denied. Expansiveness, completely denied. Let them go be fake in somebody else's face. Because they were winning, they wanted to win at all costs. And saying that you was the one that was the bully while they the one that got blood on their hands, trying to play mind games, aligning with people from your past now. I'm gonna tell you, let me get deep with this. First, let me get deeper with some of this with y'all. Some of your family members align with your exes. This is how weirdo some of your family members are. And we're talking about some of your aunts and uncles connected with exes of yours. I'm talking about exes that overwhelmed you, exes that bullied your kids. This is why it's going to be such a firm no. They're complete weirdos. You made a positive impact on them. You're healing from the pain that they caused. They are complete weirdos. Any justification for anything, any justification for hate, don't even know, and their kids don't even know what they mad at. Anything but going to freaking counseling. How about therapy? How about that? Ciao. How about finding a good therapist to go to? How about that one? There's a start. But stay away from you. Their plan to disrupt your money backfired. Stay away from you. Schedule a vacation. You deserve it. You have the gift of claircognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. Everything in moderation. They regret lying to you about something. If that's not a bunch of self-hate, I don't know what is. Crown chakra cleanse. So toss some things into a burning bowl. Toss some things into a burning bowl. So listen to your inner voice. The messages that a lot of you all will be getting, so get focused. The messages that a lot of you all will be getting are, as you're transitioning, as you're moving through this next phase of life, and source is helping you to see things from a higher frequency, you're going to start remembering, and this is where you're giving flowers to, sending this good energy out into the universe. Every single person that source put on your path to help you as you were starting to believe in your dreams again. Really starting to believe in your dreams again. A lot of you all have a lot of gifts and talents that may not be your inner calling. Right? They may not be your inner calling. Like you may play instruments, you may be able to sing, but that may not be your calling. Other people may think it's your calling, so they go on attack there, right? But your calling could be something else. Protect whatever you were called to do, meaning don't let people know that's what you were called to do, something else, right? So let them go over this side and be attacking that. So let's say they think that you were called to sing, right? You'll know because they won't come to your events. They won't support your events. They won't do anything to support it. They'll act like they forgot. They'll act like this. They'll intentionally. So go through all of that, but notice it. But also notice the people who just show up to be supportive, just to be there, just to be there. Notice those people. Notice the people who are operating in purpose, who just want to help you just because that's what they were called to do and they answer the call on their lives. But pay close attention to the ones. Pay close attention to the ones who they think that your purpose is, because his source is exposing their ego. You can have a lot of gifts and talents. Like I'm telling you, you could be a person who can sing just like this one or that one over here. And source could put you on stages, connecting you with people, right? You can play instruments, but that may not be your calling in life, right? That may not be what you're called to do, right? Because that's something that if you're not called to do it, you could walk away from it. You could say, okay, it's no big. And people are like, why aren't they fighting for that? Because if I could do this, I would have done. That may not be your calling in life, but it's going to expose them. It's going to expose them. You're starting to see something from a higher frequency. And so are other people. They're starting to see it. So no, they don't have anything to say to you. They may as well just keep their distance. Nope, you're not violent, but you just saying nothing will speak in volume to them. You have nothing to say to these people. So, but you have everything to say, like thank you to the ones who were there. All right, that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully those gemstones and crystals are also helpful for you. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Bye.